Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Quadby's coverage of the World Cyber Games 2009. Brought to you by Top One of Rotterdam. It's WarCraft 3. You just saw Rotterdam's yoga session there that he was conducting earlier on this morning. Luckily, he's joined us now for this great match between Grubby and TeRRoR, and it'll be followed by Grubby versus Who. The Dutchman has a massive fan base here in China. And one thing Rotterdam does have in common with Grubby, he's Dutch. Shame about the fan base part. No, I'm kidding. Rotterdam, what are your thoughts out of this one?
Well, Grubby, clear favorite, obviously. Also, because of the player he is, obviously, he'll achieve more than TeRRoR. Grubby, the defending, or the reigning WCG champion, I should say. And he also won it in, I believe, 2004 in Seattle. So he won here with the field. 2 times first and 1 time third place. Oh, he won it in 2004, sorry. In 2005 he got third in Singapore. In 2008 in Cologne he won it, so the reigning champion right there. Obviously a clear favorite into this matchup, but TeRRoR ain't a weak opponent.
Only Sky with a better record than Grubby with 2 first and a second. Something that Grubby has a chance to do something about this weekend. Reigning BlizzCon champion as well, of course. And,
well, he is. Dennis.
All I remember from BlizzCon is Grubby proposing, so it's like, well, he must have won. And here you go, his opponent, TeRRoR. From Poland now. You were talking to him earlier, and he's been saying he's been practicing a lot. He's in good shape.
Yeah, I said like, hey, you haven't been playing that much lately, right? I didn't see you. He said, no, I've been playing for 4 weeks very actively. But he just like, yeah, he stayed below the radar. Didn't want too many people see him practice with his own friends. And yeah, he said he's pretty ready for it. So of course he seems pretty nervous. He said like, yeah, it's going to be very tough. Because he knows that Grubby is not a player who makes many mistakes. But he said if I don't make mistakes either, then I have a decent shot.
The map?
The map is going to be Ancient Isle. I thought that wouldn't be too good for him, but he said, no, it's a pretty good map for on that. So yeah, for Grubby I think it's pretty okay as well. I don't think Grubby might playing this map against on that. But yeah, TeRRoR said that he might surprise me, and then he wanted to talk about strategy. I said, no, it's okay, you don't have to tell me, just surprise me. Then he said, okay, well, I hope to give a good show. I said, let's see.
Well, take something special to surprise Rotterdam. We'll see whether TeRRoR's got it or not. As Grubby and TeRRoR set themselves up for this game. TeRRoR looking like he's loving every minute of it.
He seems very happy, like very pleased.
We'll be back in just a second with Grubby versus TeRRoR. Welcome back to Quadby, ladies and gentlemen, live from the World Cyber Games 2009. We are rocking a double bill of Grubby WarCraft 3 action. He takes on first TeRRoR now, and that's followed next by the big one. The Korean Who is up straight after that, as Grubby will have to get himself right in the zone, as it would appear that he is doing. Had quite a lot of setup time before this match as well. And there you see, Go Grubby fighting, as the fans will find their voice for their adopted WarCraft star. This match brought to you by Top One of Rotterdam. Rotterdam, take us away and talk us through what TeRRoR has to win to win this game. You said that maybe he could surprise you. Tell me what a surprise is for you.
Yep, here we go, Grubby against TeRRoR on the Ancient Isles, and we can see Grubby spawning at the top position in playing red, playing with Orc, obviously. Grubby from the Netherlands, TeRRoR from Poland, playing on that, spawning at the 5 o'clock bottom position, playing on that. Well, I have no idea what TeRRoR's plan is. I mean, but I can understand that he tries to surprise Grubby, because playing standard as undead against Orc is always difficult, and certainly when you play against Grubby, that's it seems like almost mission impossible for most undead. So I can definitely understand TeRRoR that he is thinking of something unusual, but I wonder what. I saw him playing something unusual, which would be Lich's first hero in the tower racing with Fiends in the past. But I'm not sure if that's a good idea, because I think I saw Grubby watching some replays against TeRRoR today, that TeRRoR played against other orcs, and one of those games TeRRoR was actually using the tower, so I hope he's not trying to surprise us with that one, because that would surprise anyone but Grubby.
Now, speaking of Grubby, his girlfriend, fiancée Cassandra, earlier was absolutely mobbed as she walked in front of us. Has now got security in the shape of EG manager Sir Scoots, but literally got as big a mobbing as you might expect Grubby to get. Every time, though, I do mention someone getting mobbed, Rotterdam does like to pipe up and say, hey, someone asked me for an autograph. They thought I was Grubby.
You're very funny. This British humor really ain't what it used to be. You guys had better days. Let's just focus on the game and leave the humor aside, okay? This is not going anywhere.
Wow, printed signs for Grubby. The crowd certainly would love to see him do well in this tournament. And what type of shape is Grubby in at this moment?
To be honest, his last two tournaments, IEF in Korea and the X3 Masters in Chengdu, Grubby played maybe not very disappointing, but he got unlucky. Lost both times in group stage, and even though in IEF he couldn't do much about it, had a very tough group. But yeah, still there is like some pressure on him right now, because if he wouldn't do good here, of course this is perhaps the most important tournament of the year, and also there will be 3 tournaments on a row, and I definitely don't think that Grubby is looking for it. But before the tournament I asked him when we were still in the Netherlands, how do you feel? He said he felt very confident, so I think we're going to see a good Grubby. Meanwhile, we can see in the game really starting right now, TeRRoR going for Dead Knight, so nothing surprising with the Lich Tower is first. Grubby creeping the first minor orange camp of the map, picked up an Ring of Protection +2. That's not the best item he could have got. To be honest, it's the worst. But it shouldn't be a big deal. We can always tell it and just get a circlet later on. TeRRoR starts off with some minor creeping as well. You can see him starting with the green cap. Several goals, 2, 4, 6. He brought them out pretty early. That's not TeRRoR's style, I know it. What I knew from TeRRoR is that he liked to go with Dead Knight early and later in bringing the goals. When he has like perhaps 2 or 3 more. Then do some power creeping and also do some try to get a couple of surrounds out of the grounds. One ground pretty damaged for Grubby. Grubby using Helisov right now pretty late. And we can see Cassandra on the screen. And meanwhile Grubby is playing starting off with a pretty big creep camp in the middle of the map. Well, a creep camp that's normally pretty hard to creep, but yeah, he must have been aware of TeRRoR creeping something else. But TeRRoR is going to go for an even bigger creep camp than that through expansion, and that is a small surprise.
Now as he pushed himself up towards that creep camp, do see Grubby is out looking for him, but hasn't found him just yet. He's actually down to the right. This is Grubby scouting. As now Grubby's going to finish off this creep camp and get away with his Blade Master up at level 2 and about a half. As now he'll switch back over to TeRRoR, who will level up that Death Knight with this creep camp and will join Grubby. Then we see quick tech up from both players. And we're well and truly away.
Yep, nothing unusual. Lots of rings so far on this map. Grubby sold 2 rings and got a Siglet of Nobility. I wonder if that has anything to do with the Beyonce thing that you mentioned earlier. 3 rings so far.
I wouldn't dare.
Meanwhile, TeRRoR creeping the Goblin Merchant, getting quite some experience. If he kills this go over to yeah, he will level up to level 3, and wow, that's the first level 3, and that is pretty good. Grubby will be a little bit too late. There's going to be a level 3 Dead Knight, exactly. Wow, I'm so good in this game. And we can see level 3 Dead Knight trying to get us around perhaps on one of the gold grunts. I mean, I think TeRRoR just go back to base because he doesn't have too many goals and you don't want to surround and use a couple of goals and not get the grunt. He picked up a boost of speed as well.
Players' forces are under attack.
He saw this Ring of Protection. Everyone is selling rings these days. Bad days for marriage or what?
Credit crunch hits the ring industry hard. As now you see those ghouls are able to get back to the base.
Pretty unusual to see a higher level Dead Knight in this phase of the game than a higher level Blade Master. And also Grubby really did not kill any of the TeRRoR units as of yet. That's going to get a good kill right now.
Here we go, that Death Knight comes in to just cast his eye over the Blade Master, which was looking to harass those ghouls.
A player's forces are under attack.
Nice scouting right there by Death Knight, using his I have to put my microphone a little bit closer to my mouth. I'm sorry for that one.
And here we go, that Death Knight is chasing out the Blade Master. The Blade Master down about 2/3 health. We'll now continue to watch as the Death Knight flies on by. There's the second, or the Illusion Death Knight will make his way across as well. They're going to see whether they can pick themselves off either one of these creeps or the grunt. Looks like they will go for the creep, and
TeRRoR got it. TeRRoR got it with the last hit. It was nicely done by Grubby. He waited just in time. Made it very difficult for TeRRoR, but TeRRoR, yeah, he stayed cool and he just decided, I'll give it 2 hits, and then he used the death core, so full experience to TeRRoR. Still no level 3 Blade Master for Grubby. That TeRRoR is scouting very well actually with his illusions of the Dead Knight, I should say. The item he picked up. And Sacrifice of Pit, of course, for the Shades. We're gonna help him a lot scouting. I think Grubby, if he finishes that Gnoll Overseer, he will get level 3 as well. Wow, Gargoyles for TeRRoR. Okay, not a small surprise. Several small surprises make a big surprise.
But a positive start all in all from TeRRoR. He's not been bullied by Grubby whatsoever.
No, definitely he's holding his ground. Didn't make any mistakes. I think he's very satisfied about how the game went so far. But yeah, this is always a tricky situation in Undead against Orc. This is the moment where, as Undead, wow, he goes Dreadnought second. Okay, now that's a real surprise. Normally Lich is very standard. I played against TeRRoR in the past where he went Dreadnought as well. And against Shadowhunter, yeah, this is going to be very fun. I'm very curious to see how this is going to turn out. Most likely he will skill Sleep and Aura, so the second and the third skill. And well, against Wyverns, Shadowhunter Wyverns, this can seriously work out. I'm very curious to see how this game is gonna go.
Now the interesting strength that TeRRoR's had in this is that the Blade Master is such an excellent hero for going out and harassing your opponent and it working independently, and TeRRoR's not been under pressure whatsoever.
No, I 100% agree. Still no level 3, but Grubby's getting very close, picking up his set of illusions as well. Shade coming in right there to keep track on Grubby's army. It's gonna help TeRRoR a lot. But yeah, seriously, so far so good for TeRRoR. Not like he has an advantage, but he definitely is not in a disadvantage either. And yeah, I think he's pretty satisfied about how this game went so far.
Now you see further creeping from Grubby here down in the southeast of the map. It will be the Death Knight just to poke his head in. He's going to try and go for the shot.
Too late, I think. Yeah, Grubby got it. It was a little bit too late. So nicely done by Grubby, and nothing for TeRRoR, but not a big deal either. Just one death core, and I think he was nearly full mana.
And I got all excited for nothing.
Wow, you got excited that Grubby got it.
That must be that.
It was very well timed by Grubby.
Worthy of excitement.
A player's force.
So here we go. TeRRoR versus Grubby. Wild Cyber Games live on Quad V.
TeRRoR researching Ghoul Frenzy, making his ghouls a lot faster and attack a lot faster as well. I think Grubby is going to be, not sure if he saw the Dreadlord, but definitely fairly surprised about this choice. Level 3 Shadowhunter is pretty fast for Grubby though, so now 3 circles as well, pretty good items for Grubby. New Talisman, but I don't think TeRRoR is going to focus the Blade Master too much. 39 supply, I don't think TeRRoR wants to fight right here, but on the other hand he doesn't want to wait too much longer either, so this is going to be an interesting fight. 39 supply for TeRRoR, I think around 50 for Grubby. I think TeRRoR is going to have a hard time fighting, he needs like 1 or 2 creep cans, and then 50 supply, that would help him a lot.
Here we go, we'll move on in his creeping as you rightly point out. There you go, there's a picture of us. It's the first time we've been on the cameras today.
That's our camera time.
It is cold, by the way, if you're wondering why we're wearing jackets and all the other commentators are out wearing suits. We're cold, as we now have TeRRoR. Looks like he's going to lose one of those units. It will be one of the ghouls that goes down. He looks like he may lose a second one as well. It's just off screen. And there we go, the Blade Master will pick that up. And it's the first real sort of unit loss that we've seen from TeRRoR.
3 goals lost, quite a bit, not a huge deal, but yeah, definitely not nice. He also lost Town Porter, so that will set him back definitely for a while. There we can see our colleagues of Neo TV, the Chinese casters,
who are looking ever so slightly more professional in their shirts and ties. We, on the other hand, are more worried about warmth.
Okay, it's about the information. It's always about the inner thing, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was a wrong decision by TeRRoR. Now he's going for the Goblin laboratory, but Grubby is getting right there, and this is going to get tricky for TeRRoR. He does not want to lose a couple of more units, and he doesn't want to TP out once more. Grubby is heading in from top right now. A lot of TeRROR's units are being poisoned, and this is not a nice situation for TeRRoR to be in. Gargoyle going off at the first. Well, wrong death core being used. The death core should have been on the Gargoyle, but he used it on the Dreadlord. And here we go. The Dreadlord now is taking a bit of damage, but it will retreat and will draw the forces with him. Blade Master still in good nick, as it will be Grubby's turn to get involved with the grunts, going right at it against the ghouls. The gargoyles look like they are in trouble as well on the top. There's only one left, in fact, and that one gargoyle will fall, and the Dreadlord is taking damage on the right. But all heroes in good condition at the moment. However, some of those grunts being pulled out towards the north as they lose a lot of health, and it will be Grubby just to stick out that fight, because he's the one picking up a lot of these kills. So Wind Riders are going to now lay siege to the remaining ghouls. There are only about 3 of them left. In fact, those are the skeleton minions that are left up with low health.
Oh, it was goal, sorry.
Things are looking pretty good for Grubby right now. I really don't understand why TeRRoR went to the top of the map earlier on, even though he had a shade on Grubby's army. It was really like not a position to fight. He had 39 supply, just got like tier 3 because his Orb of Corruption. He really should have waited a bit longer, and with 50 supply he really would have had a decent chance. On the other hand, I understand that he didn't want to give Grubby free creeping around the map either. Didn't want to let Grubby pick all the items, get a level 3 Shadow into. But yeah, now he sacrificed Town Portal and 3 ghouls, and yeah, the fight after it he had no chance. While if he would have waited a little bit longer with 2 fiends, he really would have stood had a decent chance. But this game ain't over yet. As long as Grubby doesn't have an expansion, there is room for TeRRoR to come back. But yeah, Grubby's heroes are quite stronger than TeRRoR's right now.
Grubby was taking the first chance that presented it to himself, and that's the big factor when you play a player of this caliber. You can start well, you can give nothing away as TeRRoR did to begin with, but one mistake and the player at this level will punish you for it.
Grubby having a go at this gold mine, a grunt at this gold mine. I don't think he's aware of it. Dust being used, but the shade was just out of range. That's such a tough thing. When I'm Orc, I also always try to use ducks, but you never get there, and then you see the replay and the shade was on your army the entire game, just besides the moment you use dust. Happened to Grubby.
Now here we go. TeRRoR is going to evacuate his base with 3 Crypt Fiends joining the fun.
That's got a lot better for him already when he can web those Wyverns, and he can take them down fairly fast, also with the Orb of Corruption. But yeah, the heroes of Grubby are quite stronger right now. That Mana Potion on Shadow Hunter is going to help him a lot. Kodo Beast is a very important addition to this army as well. So Grubby is looking to creep this Goblin Merchant. I think TeRRoR is going to choose this moment to backstab him, but I'm not sure how many creeps are left out of this. Reveal being used, and now Grubby sees the shade, but again, he won't kill it.
No, that shade is giving TeRRoR all the information he needs at the moment. The Kodo Beast is certainly a big addition. He's going to take this chance now as TeRRoR charges on through, takes on the Blade Master, and the Blade Master will escape. Here we go with a push into that creep camp, and that Blade Master is watching it all the way as here comes TeRRoR.
No go.
TeRRoR pushes along now as it will be the push. It's going to be the big fight here. The Kodo Beast is going to look to get himself involved as he pushes himself around. Will try and get himself one of those Crypt Fiends if he can. Shot comes in onto the Shadow Hunter, which is down on about 3/3 health. As the Dreadlord is still on level 1, but close to leveling up. We're going to have the Blade Master on level 4 at the end of this fight. Of that you can be sure. Kodo Beast now looks to retreat as Grubby's going to pull his some of those forces away, but he does leave some of the grunts quite vulnerable. And one of those raiders, low on health, slayed down as now the Dreadlord will get up to level 2, and the Kodo Beast will gobble up tonight's dinner. It's a nice dish of Crypt Fiends served with chips and ketchup, and it looks like Grubby is going to lose the Kodo Beast as a result. No, good save as the Shadow Hunter comes in, and Grubby having to retreat, and you're quite right that they were able to do quite a lot more damage to those air units of Grubby this time around, but the fight's still continuing as more ghouls are being sent into the fray.
Yeah, 53 supply for Grubby right now. TeRRoR is doing quite decent though, but now he's losing a couple of units too many. One more Wyvern running pretty low on HP. That Crypt Fiend, really, I'm not sure if he has one more Death Gold. No, the Crypt Fiend is going to fall down, and now things looking pretty well for Grubby. 52 supply against around 30, I think 35. I think this is the moment where TeRRoR should retreat. Oh, and Dreadlord is running very low on HP. Windwall being used, and it falls down.
Dreadlord down, and Grubby now senses victory as he takes on the Obsidian Statue. Will push forward, looking for the Death Knight. The Death Knight's been hexed, and the Death Knight's in all sorts of trouble, as is TeRRoR. This could be it for him as he will retreat, but Grubby knows that he's now about 20 pop to the good on his opponent, and he knows it's a matter of when rather than if.
Yeah, definitely, but still, TeRRoR did really well in that fight for quite some time, and he got a little bit unlucky. A few times he got really close to killing a unit, but then the healing wave just came in time, and yeah, that unit stayed around a little bit longer. And I really think if he would have finished off a couple of units earlier, and perhaps he should have tried to surround that Kodo Beast straight away, because we can see now later as well, it took one Fiend away, and that one Fiend really made a difference. And also, of course, the Death Knight running out of mana, but still, it looked pretty okay for TeRRoR, and I really thought he was doing a fine job, but in the end, he just started to lose too many units.
And here we go. TeRRoR will retreat and go to this one of the few remaining creep camps left as he goes to the north of the map now. Grubby is out and about with his Blade Master trying to find him. Grubby went to the top right with that Blade Master, but now is going to find TeRRoR as TeRRoR will have to TP.
He's going to lose one goal in the process.
And he loses the creep camp as well.
Yeah, he did pick up the item. Book of the Dead is a good item, certainly when Orc doesn't have any Spirit Walkers, as Grubby doesn't have now. Wow, if TeRRoR would have had that item before, things would have been very, very different.
Yeah. Here we go. Grubby finishes off this next group camp and looks to pick up what will be a great start. He's certainly got a much harder match coming up next, though.
Yeah, but if he wins this game, then he's pretty sure of advancing, unless TeRRoR would beat Who and Who would beat Grubby. But still, if, yeah, this game really matters a lot, because these three players next we're going to see on stage, and these two are definitely the three best players in this group. So it is between those two, and yeah, Grubby winning this one will help him a lot. Almost level 5 Shadow Hunter right now, that's really good, of course. While that Wyvern is taking a lot of damage, but Grubby is aware of it and moves it away just in time.
Here we go, Grubby. Not one to take any chances. He probably could have chased out this match after that last exchange, but you know, such is the nature of Grubby's both personality and playstyle that it was not worth the risk to chase the pole away. He's decided to expand. He's decided to, I guess you could say, play it safe.
Yep, he did play it really safe, and now with a level 5 Shadow Hunter, a great item which he will transfer to the Blade Master, which is the Boots of Pantalas, plus 6 agility. Of course, really good, even though the Blade Master is a little bit stacked, but should always be a room for plus 6 agility. Meanwhile, TeRRoR waiting in his base, trying to get one more time around 50 supply and then make a push with the Book of the Dead. I think it's going to be very tough though. I wonder what good item Grubby is going to get this time, because he has plenty of them already. It is going to be Shadow Hunter. Well, we'll find it out in time soon. 5 heroes for Grubby, so looking very safe. 59 supply, soon the expansion will be done, so then this expansion, oh, it is done actually. So it will keep growing from now on, and TeRRoR is going to have a very tough time even putting up a good fight.
He may have a very short time of it, as Grubby's coming straight to the pole's base now as he makes his way forward. We'll try to finish off this sack fitters out. The Dreadlord just says hello, and that's fine, but Grubby's not going to give this up. He just wants to draw those forces slightly further away from the deepness of that base so they can be assaulted, but the ghouls are now being mown down by the grunts as the great lawnmower goes to work.
Book of the Dead being used right now for TeRRoR, but I'm not sure if it's going to help him that much. That level 5 Shadow Hunter just heals your unit incredibly much. Sleep being used on the Blade Master once more. Couple of Wyverns taking quite some damage, and Grunts taking quite some damage as well. Wow, Dreadlord in the thick of things right now, getting close down once more. Whoa, critical strike going off of 232, and it goes down.
Dreadlord down now. It's all eyes on the Death Knight once again. This being taking place right on the doorstep of TeRRoR's base. That Shadow Hunter and another Kodo Beast will join the assault along with a Raider, and this does not look good for TeRRoR. The Dreadlord, the Death Knight is right in the thick of things as he will get himself a kill onto that Kodo Beast. Now looking to go to work on one of those Raiders, which is about 1/3 health, but they're all eyes on the Death Knight now, as those ghouls are no longer the center of attention. The Death Knight can go nowhere fast and will be surrounded and will be finished. GG called. TeRRoR loses to Grubby in one relatively quick map, 19 minutes, but Grubby was in the ascendancy after that very first exchange.
Yep, yeah, definitely not a lot happened until the first time they really met. Grubby did really good there. It was the wrong moment for TeRRoR to go out of his base. Forced it down Bordeaux, lost 3 goals, and we can see TeRRoR on the screen right there, fairly disappointed. Grubby, of course, pleased with his, even though he played 2 games already, this was the first real test for him, and yeah, Grubby played solid, no mistakes.
If you just tuned in and you saw Grubby's face, and then you saw TeRRoR's face, you could guess very quickly who won and who lost that match. But yes, it was TeRRoR. Grubby, who doesn't really show emotion all that often, but is ready to go. Grubby champion, something like that is on the stage, on that sign, as well as Grubby fighting, as his many thousands of fans find their voices and find their will to wave. As we're ready for the next match, which is going to be Grubby versus Who. I guess I'll be about 20-30 minutes before that one starts in earnest. But from Rotterdam and Softspot, we are about ready to say thank you very much. We're going to wait for our Chinese friend on the right to stop talking, and then we will go on to the next game. Grubby versus Who. Rotterdam, we'll introduce that more formally in just a touch, but how good of a match should that be briefly?
It's a great match. It's a really great game. Grubby against Who, 2 of the best orcs in the world. Together with Nin and Fly, all the good orcs are here almost, except me. It's weird.
I know, what the hell? Here we go. We'll be right back with Grubby versus Who.